step down to the river, see if any had turned up, and not on tomorrow till tomorrow, but there might be a few knocking about. I think most of these this side are the regulars, you know. Some on the other side there. We'll have a run round and see if we can get a bit of footage. Quite warm today again. I don't think many of these wide beams go far. Look at the width of that one there. Plenty of room on that one. Woolston, that's another one, not quite as wide though. For those that don't know, probably from overseas, if anybody watches, it's this used to be where I'm standing was a repair yard for the British Waterways, and on the left here is remnants of the slipway where they used to winch the canal boats and such like in and out, small stuff, you know, but used to be a big shed standing there, obviously for winter and what have you. Yeah, there's a few there. I've just been over by the cinema, but there's none parked there as yet. But as I say, with the closure at Middlewich, it might be difficult for people to get down. And of course, you've got to come down via the lift, which you have to book for, and one thing and another. But we're in between the two bridges in Northwich and Cheshire. On my left, when looking at it there, is the Hayhurst Bridge, which has the distinction of being the first electric bridge. The other one, which I'll pan round now, that's the Town Bridge. That's got the plaque on it saying it was the first electric bridge, but actually it wasn't. It was the Hayhurst Bridge. The Hayhurst Bridge had to be finished and in operation before they could take the original stone bridge down, where that one now stands. When Hayhurst Bridge was in working condition and tested, etc., they demolished the stone one and then installed that one. Quite pleasant now with the boats and what have you. I think that was brought down with the idea of doing cruises, maybe, I don't know. It used to be up by Plymouth shipyard for a long while. I think probably somebody's using it as a dwelling now. Not sure. See, there's a chair on the back there, so it's more than likely. What's the big devil? fish is turning in the water. That's Northwich town itself there, the black and white buildings. Do a bit of lifting on the bike. I hit myself in the face then with the bike cam. Not bad for an Howden. Somebody didn't like that. One of these big strong yobbos kicked it over. You can see it's we're up on the AS bridge now. Can't really get down this end. There's a gate, but where these maisonettes or whatever they call them, dwellings, flats, there's a gate there, but I think they keep it locked to deter the ne'er-do-wells, you know, going down that way. Is that there? I don't know whether there's one just here. I'll have to have a look when I go. But I think that's probably the man that comes to work the bridge, which is in there. Now this pigeon, Ray's just gone. That's the cable running into the winding gear that goes underneath and wraps around the big drum, must be 20 foot across. It goes out the other side, of course, and comes back. And that's how they turn it once it's floated. It sits on pontoons, the bridge, or a pontoon. Yeah, that's the pass I was thinking about, so I've shut off now. We've got a ride of a few hundred yards down the other end, and we should be able to gain access. Navigation Road, quite famous, and British Waterways Works used to be. And Castle Hill, and there was a Roman marching fort on top of there at one time of day, obviously a few years ago. Okay, we're down the other end now, and that's the town bridge. There's plenty of photographs about of that. If you look on Northwich Past and Present Nostalgia, which is a local history site, you'll see there are plenty there if you subscribe and what have you. The CRT are out, as you can see, getting things ready. It's like a landing stage and what have you. I say it's very much in the getting ready stage, you know. I was wondering whether any of the people who follow on the canal are down here, but I'm not sure. Not seen anybody yet, you know. Alright.
Settle down.
Now this is where the raft racing's going to take part. I've just called in Jack G's, which is now Terry, and his wife run it. And she was saying Terry's taking part in it, the dragon race I think it is. So no doubt he'll be getting wet. Natalie.
You should have brought the what's it, shouldn't you?
Wasn't any slow ones and green ones have gone?
You should have brought,
They're in the back of my
you have
van.
brought the wire cutter with a hammer.
Have a walk down and just see if there's anybody we know. That's number 3. Right, must have some sway. Get them.
You missed us out. You got all,
Get them. Put some private bench in for you. You must have a bit of sway.
Oh yeah, yeah, we have. We know.
Well, I don't
We know
point.
people. So.
I don't point camera unless I ask people if they mind being filmed. You know. If you don't mind, I'll swing the camera around.
Swing it round there.
You don't do the Northwich on the Facebook thing, do you?
Is that you? Is it?
Shaky.
Is it you?
Well, you've seen the ugly devil now. I should have put me straight cuts on. These are my jungle loop.
We see what's in your stuff on there, yeah. Brilliant.
I've actually left the site now because, well, I'll turn this off just a second.
Only put one alongside of it.
Right.
Double
I've just met up with some people that follow my daft wonderings on Facebook and what have you. And would you mind saying your name or?
Colin.
Colin?
Horth. I thought you'd ask me. Horth.
Horth.
H-O-T-H.
Well, that's a funny one, isn't it? Not funny, ha-ha, funny. You know, unusual is the word I'm looking for. All right. And this young lady?
That's Pat.
Pat?
Unfortunately married to Colin.
So her name's Horth as well.
Pat Hall. Very nice. And this, this other young lady here?
I'm Joan.
Joan? All right, that's my brother's wife.
Joan
wife's
Cole,
name.
just down here for the visiting Northwich on the boat.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Houses that he had, I built a fireplace in Northwich for 30, 40 years.
I worked on that one at Village for him. He had some wood panelling put in the main living room.
And I did the fireplace in that room.
Did you really? Well, I rubbed all that wood down and Lincoln coated it, you know.
Yeah, well I put the fireplace in it. Marble, green slate. All green slate.
Small world.
Isn't it just?
Yeah.
I must have seen you there.
Probably, if you'd have seen somebody with wire wool rubbing away, it'd soak.
Well, I remember that panelled room. He bought all that panelling from somewhere. I forget where he got it.
It was
from.
an old hall or something.
You know
Yeah, it
what?
wasn't.
They're great for the boat.
And somebody
We've got
fitted it
two.
for
This
him.
one,
Wasn't
the
it
other one's got a
Congleton?
big bush flyer.
It wasn't off in Middlewich, that breakage yard at Middlewich. He knocked Congleton all there.
Yeah.
That had all
So
panelling
same
all
with
around.
these.
Because I had a lot of the fireplaces out of it.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
so a fireplace
they put a
shop at
pontoon
Hartford,
behind us.
Hartford Fireplace Centre.
Good, well,
And
Yeah,
I
I
bought
thought
a
they
load
were
of fireplace at that Congleton
They've
Manor.
not said anything yet.
The hall
They
and
put
the
a
manor.
pontoon there.
And yeah,
If that's the only one,
got a
that'd be
feeling he
okay.
bought a lot of it from
There might be
there.
room for another one that
Yeah.
side.
Well,
behind.
Mike, last time I saw Mike, he was living in...
That was a good old chinwag. One of those, well, the chap there I was talking to. Knew an old friend who's no longer with us, Brian Robinson. And we found out we're working on his place. Now we're doing rubbing some panelling down, ready for staining and what have you. And he was putting a slate fireplace in. Aye, got them four abreast here. Over the rainbow. We're all community, Narrowboat Trust. Silver Knot. Barbara Jones, Stephen Barbara Jones. That's got wheelchair access, that one, Luke. So the youngsters in wheelchairs and well, other folk as well probably go out for a ride round, you know. Very good of them, isn't it? I was just going down to see if anybody I follow on YouTube was down, but it might be a bit early and a bit restrictive with the lift being there, you know. As I say, you've got to book your journey. Don't look like it. But we had a look and getting time for a brew, I think.